What is your comfort TV show? Golden Age Simpsons. Also 90s era Saturday morning cartoons, Batman TAS, Pinky and the Brain, X-Men TAS, Spider-Man TAS, Animaniacs, Gargoyles, Rugrats. Really too many excellent ones to choose from to name them all, but I'll still put one on now and then to appreciate them anew. Modern Family, if I want to feel better about life, Shameless. Recently got to meet Sarah Hyland, Haley, after one of her performances of Little Shop of Horrors. I was able to tell her how instrumental she, via Modern Family, was in helping me through cancer treatments and is still one of my #1 comfort shows. She could not have been more amazing, both in person and in her performance. Gilmore Girls. I've probably watched this show 50 times. I have wondered why I like it so much. I've come to the conclusion it's not the main characters. The actual Gilmore Girls are all awful people. It's the smaller town characters like Kirk and Babette, the priest, the rabbi, Mrs. Kim, Taylor and all those committed actors who stuck around for 8 years for a few lines here and there. Sean Gunn is amazing. Parks and Rec. I've watched Parks and Rec and The Office so many times I can put on an episode and turn off the screen on my phone, turn the volume down to where it's barely audible and stuff the speaker under my pillow and picture the episode in my mind from the audio alone. Great for sleeping. The Drew Carey Show. I might be one of a dozen on here that remember the show so fondly, but I was introduced to it on ABC, and then again later on TBS. I'd run home from school to watch the last part of an episode before eventually turning it to DBs. Unfortunately, it's never been officially released on DVD, other than season 1, whether due to music licensing issues or whatever, so the only ways to watch the show have been through random YouTube clips, and for a brief time the Internet Archive had all the seasons. I managed to watch all but the last 2 seasons and it was genuinely the happiest I'd felt watching a show, or even just in general, sad, I know, in a long time. It was eventually taken off the website. Oh well. MS Tech, every night at bedtime. Where do you watch it? Pluto. MS Tech is my comfort food TV as well, along with RiffTrax and the Mad Czar / Dumb Industries. And it's easy to find. There are official 24/7 MS Tech streams on Pluto, Twitch, YouTube, the Roku channel, and Shout Factory TV, to name a few. Most of the fast TV apps carry a stream. I tend to watch the Twitch channel or the YouTube Forever-a-thon stream. Also, almost all of the episodes are available to watch for free at the Gizmoplex. Star Trek. Next Gen for comfort. DS9 for good TV lol. Exactly. It's comforting for me to see a group of intelligent adults discuss a problem, settle on a course of action, and professionally carry it out with no pitching. Plus, the Galaxy-class Enterprise has to be the most comfortable ship to serve on. TNG, Talk It Out Voyager, Science It Out DS9, Take It Out. One of my favorite DS9 scenes was when Quark was trying to disenchant Nog about humans, using a war-weary group of combat soldiers that should have been rotated out of combat ages ago. Telling him that humans are polite, kind, etc. until you take away their food and comfort. They then quickly turn so savage a Klingon would hesitate. Then Nog looks back to those same guys and is scared. Motherfucker made us sound scary as hell, and he's right. Northern Exposure. I loved this when it was on TV and then I went to sea. I was in the Navy. The XO discovered that I liked the show and his GF would send videotaped episodes in the mail. Every now and then I'd get piped to the wardroom and he'd ask if I was up for some Northern Exposure. It was awesome. I was going through a lot at the time and this guy was really supportive. Gilmore Girls. I've probably watched this show 50 times. I have wondered why I like it so much. I've come to the conclusion it's not the main characters. The actual Gilmore Girls are all awful people. It's the smaller town characters like Kirk and Babette, the priest, the rabbi, Mrs. Kim, Taylor, and all those committed actors who stuck around for 8 years for a few lines here and there. Sean Gunn is amazing. Completely agree. When I watched it as a teen I loved Rory and Lorelai. As an adult I see how toxic they are, lol. But I love the townies and the vibe of the small town and New England charm. It's the feel of the show more than anything that I keep coming back for. And I kind of love to hate watch parts with Dean. Parks and Rec. P&R is mine as well. I've rewatched the whole series probably 5 times and will put on a random episode all the time. Love how the characters evolve, the storylines, and it still makes me laugh. I'll die on the hill that Parks and Rec is better than The Office, Brooklyn 99 or any of those shows. The Dick Van Dyke Show. Do you prefer the ones where he trips over the ottoman or the ones where he catches himself? That's a good question. Some of my favorite episodes are in early seasons, but I do love Avoid's Falling era. Seasons 1 felt really uncanny with Dick wearing super thick makeup, and it was so distracting. I have so many favorite moments, but I think my favorite episode is when Buddy and Sally were also performing stand-up at a resort, and Rob thought they were having an affair. For comedy, Superstore or Ugly Betty, so I guess America Ferrera is comforting to me. I also find procedurals comforting, I think because they're predictable and focused on the characters, so for that Law and Order SVU or Bones. Probably my absolute fav and comfort show is Sex and the City, though. Friends. Gilmore Girls. Friends. I can't believe I had to scroll this far down to see Friends. It's because Reddit doesn't like this show for some reason. I agree that laugh track is very outdated and seems cringe today. But after a few episodes you kind of stop hearing it. There were probably hundreds of shows that tried to reproduce the chemistry among a group of friends and failed. Maybe How I Met Your Mother was a close one. Frasier, the original. I love Niall's quips about Mary's. That dreadful winter when she had her obesity scare. She's taken to her bed. This large earring fad has compressed her spine. She wanted to ride horses, but unfortunately her quadriceps are so tight they are incapable of straddling anything wider than a border collie. She's asleep under the guests' coats. She exhausts easily under the pressure to be interesting. She had the gardener set fire to a hippopotamus topiary she felt had taunted her. She was deliberately taunting me, playing the same coquettish games we used to play in restaurants, batting her eyes and coyly hiding behind her breadstick. Apparently the oils in the saddle reacted badly with her cellulite cream. Created a powerful epoxy. It took an hour and a full bottle of nail polish remover to get her free. Today her poor little thighs were so sore the only way she could find comfort was to straddle a frozen butterball turkey. I actually have tons of these saved on my phone and I read them when I need a laugh. Lately it's been Derry Girls. That show is just amazingly funny. Every episode is gold and it never gets old. It's one of those shows where you can't decide who your favorite character is because every single character is your favorite. I've also been binge watching The Conners for the first time. Whoever writes for that show does a great job. It's hilarious.
Hey guys, this is the Rogue YouTuber here. I recently had a big change in my life. I had a baby daughter. Here she is. If you could do me a favor and remember to hit the subscribe button and bang the bell, I'm hoping to really create a YouTube channel that really gets people excited and brings people the best, most interesting content collated from across the internet. I'm saving up to save my little girl to Carnegie Mellon Computer Science Department. So please remember to like and subscribe. See you next time.